Oh man, sawed off pump. I got my sawed off pump in the goddamn trunk. Now, how did that song come about, man? When that and was that Coolie C? By the time y'all was being produced by Coolie C?
Yep. Sawed off pump. Sawed off pump. I can't really.
I think that was Coolie C. Y'all had started working with Coolie, cause y'all would leave. Y'all was with.
See, we were doing.
By that time, y'all was with
Big X and Coolie C.
Okay.
So they was in-house producers.
Okay.
Xavier Hargrove, shout out to X. And
Yeah, what's
Coolie
up,
C.
X?
Yeah. And so they was in-house producers, and so the Sawed Out Pump, again, man, another lick song.
Yeah.
Like.
That's an A-Town classic too.
Wow, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people talk about it and everything, but I wrote that song again based off of what we were doing.
At the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like, man, back, you know what I'm saying, seeing, you know, a young Big X and a young Coolie C, you know, because at that time, man, Coolie was running the production.
Man, they were going at it, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
him and Frank Nitty Beats, Coolie C, Swift C.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what was it like, man, getting with the squad? And you know, that's Southside. Yeah. You know, as I really reflect.
Didn't Coolie do some stuff for y'all, too?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Well, as I reflect now, the Southside was very, very instrumental with the production also. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to them boys, man. But what was it like working with Coolie C? Because Coolie C name in Atlanta back then was, I mean, it was right there with anybody. Jermaine, anybody.
Yeah.
It was amazing working with both of those guys, man, X and Coolie. And we had other producers, like Dallas Austin did some stuff for us. He did like remixes for us and stuff like that. Working with Coolie was like my brother.
Yeah.
And still is. Like, we still talk to the day, but he amazed me, bro. Like you said, man, he was so fired with it, man. He took a SP 1200 and just made it. So I was like, man, and then the way how clear his music came out just in the drum machine.
Yeah.
Not to mention when you take it to the studio and get it mastered and all of that.
Right.
So, man, yeah, shout out to Coolie. Man, he was one of the greats. And still is to me. If I can get tracks from Coolie today, Southern beats.
Right.
You know what I mean? It won't be the same Hard Boys. It'll be what people was probably expecting to get.
Right.
You know, from Atlanta.
Right.
Because y'all was doing stuff like, y'all was using Al Greens and y'all had the soul and the, you know, and I loved it, bro.
Yeah. And a lot of that stuff did come from, you know what I'm saying, from Coolie and those Southside brothers, Boney E. Yeah. A lot of stuff playing live instrumentation. Right. I got to talk about my player partner. Like I said, I got a song coming out with him now, man. I think that people don't understand how talented Kane from Ying Twinz is.
They don't.
And I ain't even just talking about his rap. I'm talking about the man can sing. People don't know that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about play. You know, he could do everything. Now, I don't know. I have worked with pretty much every artist here. There's not an artist that I will put up against Kane. You put him in a studio. Kane was the first rapper I saw that didn't write nothing. You know, you just go, don't, in my line.
Yeah.
And so talk to me, you know, he tells everybody the same story. You started the Ying Twinz. If it wasn't for you and D, you know what I'm saying? He got with D cousin.
Let me go on and
clarify.
Let me go on and relieve B-High because I know he just been pressuring B-High, man. Yes. So Kane, I'm gonna go on and tell him, little bro. So, man, so during the time of I'm gonna say probably the end of the reign with Lil Dave and Joe and going into the era with Leroy.
Right.
With Power Records. I met Shawty, Kaine. And he wanted to rap so bad. He was so infatuated. He probably looked at me how I used to look at DJ Lynn.
Right.
And he was so infatuated by it. And he was already, you know, really tinkling with the pen.
Right.
You know. And I tell him, bro, man, just don't say nothing. I'm finna take you with me, just don't say nothing.
Yeah. Right.
But you know, Kane, man, he got a drive in him, and I really believed in him because he was in a group with my little brother.
Yeah.
And I used to tell him all the time, he wrote faster than my brother now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He's fast writing, and he can come up with some good hooks.
Yeah.
And songs.
Yeah.
Really quick. And I started noticing it going from him being me not wanting to hear him rap,
right,
to me listening to him. I'm like, he might have something here.
right.
You know, cause he sound like back then to me.
Right.
I was like, boy, you sound just like me. Cause y'all know Kane used 4 or 5 voices.
Right. Yeah.
His regular voice is like my regular voice.
Right. Yeah.
And and he took that voice. And he did exactly what I told him to do. Like I groomed the guy, and God gave him the gift.
Right.
I just brought it out of him.
Yeah. Right.
And we found out that D-Rock was related to D. And we were like, boy, y'all ought to be a group.
Right.
Yeah. And at first, you know, man, I don't want to rap with him. That's them.
Right.
And then they ended up doing it, and we turned them loose, let them do their thing, you know, and
wow.
yeah.
Wow.